In the last section, we spoke about the new deployment practice that we're going to use for this multi-container deployment. Again, the big change this time around is that we're going to use Travis CI to build our images and then push them to Docker Hub. So now Elastic Beanstalk will not have to do any build process for us. And the first thing we need to do as part of this process is to make sure that we have production versions of all of our different Docker files. As a reminder, all of our different services currently have dockerfile.dev files. These are Docker files specifically made to get our projects set up in a development environment. And in some cases, we need to customize them to get them a little bit more ready for a production style deployment. So we're going to first begin with our worker process. Inside of my worker directory, I'll make a new Dockerfile file. Boy, that's a tongue twister. Inside of here, we're going to put in a series of instructions to get a production version of this worker application put together. Now, here's kind of the interesting thing. I want you to open up the dockerfile.dev version right now. Inside of here, you'll see this very familiar configuration that we've used many times around. So I'll be honest with you, we don't actually have to make a darn change in here for the production version of this Docker file. All the production version has to do is get our npm modules installed and then run some setup or startup command. And that's essentially exactly what our existing Docker file does. So rather than trying to write an entire new Docker file from scratch, I'm going to take everything inside of the dev file, I'm going to copy it, and then I'll paste it over into the new production Docker file right here. So we're going to still do all the same steps. We're going to use node alpine as a base image, set up a working directory, copy over the package.json file, install some dependencies, copy over all of our other files inside of our project directory, and then run some startup command. So the only thing that's going to be different inside of